What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The real issue with men who think it just takes money to get women. The real issue. I was thinking about that, right? Because you got some guys out there say, nah, man, you gotta have that money. And even when you say you ain't spend money, they be like, yeah, you spend money like with your time and all of that. You know? And I was thinking about that. Let me address that time thing, because you get some guys, they gonna try to justify it no matter what. The women spending her time too. So if you spend your time, ain't she spending her time? And then think about how much time she spent fixing her hair, getting that dress to make her butt look real good and all of that. It's still she's spending her time. And then when she make you a plate. But then again, a lot of guys never really had that, and that's part of the whole problem. See, the real issue with many men who feel like you gotta have money no matter what is, that's their reality. I mean, it's just that simple. That's their reality. They have never, I'm gonna say word never, had a situation where a woman just simply gave them some and they ain't had to do much. Where the woman just came over. They ain't even had to spend this shit. They're sitting at their own house or apartment or wherever, and a woman come by. They ain't have a car. A woman come by and let him drive her car. They ain't never had those situations where the women just handed them the poo. You know? All they've done is just had to spend their money. That's the only way they got attention from women. So, and of course they'll talk to other guys who had to do the same thing, and they think because that was their experience, it was everybody else's. No, that was just their experience. They can't say, oh, well, women wanted. What they should accurately say is, well, women only wanted to spend time with me when I spent money. Because there are too many guys out here. Ain't spent any money. You know? And I talk all that because, look, let me just be real with y'all. I didn't have money like that. When I had money like that, I get the church hug and all of that. I get the church hug when I had money like that. I could take him out and all of that. Yeah, I get that little church hug and all of that stuff. Got no parts of the pussy. Then when I was like, didn't have money like that, living at my grandmother's house, didn't have the money, didn't have my own spot, barely had a car. The women spending their money. I experienced that directly. Ain't some like theory or some shit like that. And I know plenty of men now, please. I know some guys, damn, they were homeless. They had women spending their money and all of that. But it comes down to that whole select and non-select thing. It comes down to you really do have two general groups of men when it comes to dealing with women. Because here's the reality. A single woman, she gonna treat groups of men different. She gonna treat it. So some dudes, they gonna have to come out their pocket for her. Even if the woman ain't an acculturated prostitute, or as the honorable Pimp guy calls her, acceptable hoes. The only way they'll go out with the guy, he gotta spend some money. They gotta bring the gifts and everything. Shoot, some men do leading with that. Even promote leading with that. Meanwhile, the other guy, he could just be himself. He don't have shit. But he got a stiff dick. Or they just like to be, it's either that or they like to be in his presence. Well, it come down to sex no matter what, so stiff dick. You know, they don't understand that there are just going to be some men that women want to be around. That they want up in them and everything. These men who think, oh, it just take money, they haven't had experience with that. And then they try to project what they got onto everybody else. That's where the bullshit come in. It was like, dude, apparently there's some men out here. Like I always use the example. You got these older women going for these young guys. You think they're going for money? Or these young guys who in the teaching profession. Teachers, female teachers going for these young guys. You think they're going for these guys for money? Or when women cheat, you think they cheating with a guy for money? Shoot, they usually cheating on a guy who paying all the bills, doing right. and they give it to some guy who don't have it. And yeah, some guys will say, well, they just go for those broke guys. Their dicks ain't broke. Their dicks ain't broke, so shit. And that's usually what the woman going for when she go for that shit. And some guys don't like that shit. And you know, you get some other guys, they'll try to say, well, you need money. No, you need money, motherfucker. Shit. If a woman want to be around you, she'll be around you. She'll spend her own money gladly. And you can look at her, you can show her your bank account and show that you got some money. In fact, I knew this dude who was a legitimate trust fund baby. He wasn't spending no money on the women. He showed me, because I was like, well, damn, dude, you can buy my house. Shit. This dude had 2 trust funds. One had $1 million, another had $1 million in it. And the women were handing him the poo. Women were handing him the poo, even though he didn't really need them to. They were just handing it to him. He wasn't doing shit. But then you got some other guys, the only way they're going to get a woman is they got to bring that wallet out. And what's good about that? What's heroic about that? Because you got some men, they shoot. In fact, I hit up somebody yesterday asking about his personal experience. I'll call his name Cousin T-Talk. Because you know Cousin T-Talk, shit, he can tell you some stories. Women paying him. Because you get those men who are like in the gigolo game, the male exotic dancer game. They'll tell you the women giving up the money to them. And then you got the guys who ain't necessarily professional. Who could be, but they ain't professional. They just got a stiff D. And everything. And women just want to be with them. Shit. But see, you get these guys out here, and they gonna fight you on it, but what they really fighting is, they legit. That's their experience. That's what's happened to them. That's all they can really talk about. But when they talk about the rest, it's like, nah, man. Different dudes experience different things. And see, this ain't just me. See, every now and then I get somebody think, oh, Rom, you don't know what's going on out here. No, motherfucker, you don't know what's going on. I got clients all over the motherfucking planet. I got 2 sons, 21 and 19, who incidentally don't have to spend money. I know what's going on out this motherfucker. I know what's happening. I know what these women are doing. Shit, the women telling me what they doing. Yeah, they just want something. They want a good conversation and a stiff one. But see, some guys, unfortunately, and I'm going to say it's unfortunate, they never experienced what it means to truly be select. You know? They've never experienced it. They never experienced a woman who just wanted to be around them, who didn't make money an issue. They got to leave with their wallet. But see, here's the problem with that, though. If you're dealing with a woman on that level, you're not really getting a woman. She ain't your woman. You know, that's just a customer service. That's a transactional thing. That's not your woman. You know? And you got to be the one who really going to need to do that, you know, double back one day. Yeah, I know how it is. Somebody be pounding your woman, they just look back at you and be like, my bad. This you, man? I'm just saying. Seriously. And that's all it is, though. Seriously, they just haven't experienced that. I mean, they can argue all they want, but all they can really talk about is themselves and maybe their friends. But see, here's something with that, though. One of the things, and I've talked about this before, if you talk about whether you want to use alphas, term alpha, dominant man, high value man, select, non-select, whatever you want to use, people tend to hang out with who they're going to be around. Now, my social group were guys who, for the most part, had women handing them the pussy. Had the same energy and stuff. But see, you get some guys who feel like they gotta pay, and they're putting out all this money and stuff. Well, that's who they're gonna hang around. Then you get some guys who are just pretty much on some incel shit. That's who they're gonna hang around. So they'll think it's the reality. But then you start talking with different groups of people, interacting with them, all of a sudden you start seeing, something different. Shit, I knew this back when I first did my book, Nice Guys and Players, late 90s. I didn't want to do a book at first. I was like, man, don't need this, because my social group was mainly players. I had to have a lot of dudes tell me, and that's when I was like promoting other shit. I had some other books and stuff, and guys were coming up to me like, oh, yeah, we need something. All right. And the irony is, once I wrote that book, it was still the players buying the book. They weren't even the ones saying they needed something. Oh, man, that's a whole other conversation. But you get a lot of guys, they just haven't experienced that. I mean, they ain't nothing wrong. That's just their life. Because a lot of times, you get some guys and people in general, wherever like they live, wherever groups they hang out with, that's it. That's it. That's it. They really ain't in a position where they're going to see anything else and know anything else. Like, you get a guy and you know what? Yeah, he got some, but he had to pay for it. Sometimes he had to do some straight up tricking. But see, what type of woman would that type of man get? What type of woman? Because a woman who really want to get to know him, she might like go out on a date with him and everything, but she ain't feeling his personality. He gets none. But you get some women, they know some guys going to trip. Shoot, that's why you got a movement of women right here on social media. I ain't gonna give the woman I ain't gonna give her any shout out. She actually shouted me out, this particular one. She actually shouted me out in a good way one time a couple years ago. But you got a bunch of women, they straight up about it. You know what? People talk trash about them. But look, we just gotta be real with some shit. You talking trash about them, but they still there. Because if you leading with your wallet, what do you think you're gonna get? You ain't getting a woman trying to talk to you. You ain't trying to get a woman trying to see what's going on with your personality. All she care about is your money. But then the same guys complain about gold diggers, but it's like, hold up. You complain about gold diggers, but you lead them with your wallet. Because if you don't want a gold digger, don't lead with your wallet. See which women like you for you. And if they don't like you for you, then you need to be following the advice I give about fixing yourself up and getting your mind right. It's just that simple. It ain't something deep or something. It really ain't. It really is not anything deep. But see, you get some guys, that's all they know. And they think this it, and then they get mad or try to jump on a guy saying, well, I don't have to do all that. Thinking, oh, well, he broke. Or, it ain't tricking if you got it. Yeah, it's still tricking. It's still tricking. And you get some guys arguing about that shit. It was like, where's your woman? How many guys have found out the hard way that woman that they paid all that money for is cheating on them? Or they single. It's like, well, hold up, you got all this money? How's that working for you? See, that's the thing that killed me. You get a lot of guys who got some money and they having trouble. And yeah, I did a main video talking about like some legitimately good men. A lot of times they coming off leading, some of them lead with their wallet. Unfortunately, they find out that these women ain't feeling them. Yet the same women getting with some dude ain't leading with their wallet. The dude just leading with that mouthpiece and that dick. They just clicking with the women. See, common sense should say, okay, if there's some men out here who ain't spending the money, what are they doing? And see, that's really what women looking for. They settle for the money, but they really looking for somebody to connect with. That's why you got some dudes out here, they may make enough money. They either making enough money, as I say, just to pay attention, or the woman don't mind working with. There's a whole lot of women, they don't mind getting their job too, working with the guy that they click with. And shoot, you even got some women out here, they making more money than their man, but they still click with them. Common sense should say, hey, that's what women really want. That's really what they want. They settle for the other shit. Even these women talking about, well, I don't want no struggle love or anything. Yeah, okay. They ain't working for them either. That's the funny thing. You got some guys thinking, oh, well, it's just money. It's just money. And this shit still ain't working for them. Yeah, where that woman at? Then some other women say, well, he gotta have money. He gotta have money. But then get mad or don't want to mess with the guy who actually has the money. Oh, man. Seriously. Only time you need that money, I get married and you gotta keep the bills paid, but it ain't the same as tricking or anything, because then the woman, you paying for, your home, your car, you paying to live. You benefiting from that. You benefiting from that house or car. You ain't just giving her gifts and everything. And I wish I had a dime how many women I met would get gifts and stuff from a guy, and then you talk with them and you find out they getting with some other guy who ain't giving them shit. Hell, I've experienced it. I've experienced it personally and stuff. Woman getting with me and she talking about some guy, like, she be like, Rom, you be quiet while you quiet. Shh. Be like, shh. I be sitting there and stuff, butt naked with them and stuff while they talking to some guy who's talking about all the places you gonna take them. Cause see, that's the thing too. How's it really working for a lot of these guys? Even the millionaires, a whole lot of millionaires and billionaires, they'll get that woman for show and shit. They'll get that woman for show. But, she checking out the pool boy. Pool boy ain't making no money like that. So look. But, like I said in the title of this joint, a lot of these guys haven't experienced that, so they don't know it. And, what I would say to them, though, as a solution, just be open that there's some guys who getting it. What are they doing? Nah, they ain't all some chads. All of them ain't some, like, pookies. Shoot, I've known some guys who had the money and still were getting some without spending it. Because it wasn't a transaction. The women actually liked them for them. The women liked talking with them. The women liked their D. The women found them sexually attractive, physically and sexually. And yeah, this too. Ain't the same thing. They just did just debate though. They just click with the women. That's it. Ain't that deep. And understand that. See, women want that. Cause shit, a lot of women got their own money and stuff, so they don't always need a man for that. Because you get the ones who definitely going to use a man. But if a man keep his wallet in his pocket, he'll see what's up with the woman right away. But like I said, a lot of guys don't know that. But see, to me, that's saying that you're non-select at best. Well, no, I take that back. There's some guys, they still get a woman. They can still get that beautiful woman. They can have all that money and stuff, but what they get, they don't like what they really get. She might treat them like hell. There's a lot of guys out there got some money, and the women treating them like hell. The women cheating on them regularly, treating them like hell, all that stuff. Yeah, got this thing that came across the phone and everything, So a lot of guys need to be really thinking about that shit. And I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna hammer this in. If you're one of those guys think it's just about money, then ask yourself, what is it these guys who don't spend the money, how they getting the women? How they getting the women? And then you duplicate that all of a sudden. Because I've been there before. I told you I've been there before. There was a point I was taking women to plays and dinner at fancy places, wasn't getting none. Then when I ain't had the finances like that, getting plenty. And all I did, that's when I first got in the body game. Even some of the women I went out with spent some money on head friends only. They got the body right, all of a sudden they doing vile things to a brother's body. Shit. So, I mean, but you got to understand that's just a reality out here. Understand your world is, you got to like see what other worlds are. Talk to some people. Find out what they doing. Don't be like, oh no, that's just a Chad, that's just a Pookie, that's just a thug. Nah, talk with them. Find out. You know what they are? They just got some real game. Shit, that'll help you more than anything else. Oh man. Anyway, y'all. I'm supposed to be going to the doctor today, but no, particular doctor won't be there, so I had the appointment. Yeah, Rom taking care of his medical stuff. Rom taking care of his medical stuff. Let me go over here. Oh man, just real quick, Rom just getting better and better. I'm just getting better and better. Doing my thing. Anyway, right? Yeah. I mean, look, if you a guy thinking it just take money or something, really have a conversation. If you can, find the guys who ain't spending the money. Or if you see some videos and stuff from some guys saying they ain't, you know, don't dismiss it just because it ain't been your experience. Your experience ain't universal. Shit, I had to find that shit out. I had to find out, you know, other dudes weren't getting to play or money the way I was. Cause trust me, I ain't had to spend money like that. Cause I ain't have it to spend. I did not have it to spend. So shit. So you know, it is what it is. So anyway, though, I get back with y'all. Go ahead, get some vittles and chill out the rest of the day. Chill them out the rest of the day, all right? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.